So earlier today, when I was driving around doing some errands, I saw this really nice looking Ford truck. And that got me thinking about the various ways that Henry Ford innovated in his business and all of the things that he did to increase manufacturing, and then also all of the things that he did to enable his workers to be more efficient in the ways that he paid them higher wages. So I just thought I would pull a couple of interesting facts out of the book My Life and Work by Henry Ford and share them with you, a few of the ways in which he was innovative over the course of his career. One thing that Ford is most probably known for is that of the moving assembly line. Ford implemented the moving assembly line in 1913, which significantly reduced the time required to assemble a car. For example, the time to assemble a chassis dropped from 12 hours and 28 minutes to just 1 hour and 33 minutes. That is quite impressive, reducing the time to manufacture by 11 hours. And this would push him towards standardization of parts. Ford standardized parts across all vehicles, ensuring interchangeability and simplifying production and repairs. Ford was very adamant that his cars should be easy to repair and that all of the shops doing those repairs should be stocked up with parts. So that really drove him towards the standardization of those parts. He didn't have specific parts just for specific cars, everything was interchangeable. Now, with all of these parts, he would focus on what would be a division of labor. He broke down complex tasks into smaller, specialized operations, allowing unskilled workers to perform specific tasks efficiently. Ford had almost 8,000 different types of jobs. And I remember by reading the book, it was described that he had basically a job for anyone who was willing and ready to work, which I find quite admirable. Ford also helped with worker efficiencies. One way he did that is through man high work. Ford designed workstations to be at waist height, reducing unnecessary movements and improving worker comfort and productivity. And it was said in the book that workers didn't have to bend over to get parts, everything was at waist height so they could move efficiently. And this greatly reduced injuries on the job, specifically that of back injuries. Now, with all of these parts and these workers, Ford really looked at cost reduction. Ford constantly sought ways to reduce costs, such as using vanadium steel for strength and lightness, and experimenting with substitute materials to avoid shortages. The next area where Ford innovated and he was really well known for is that of paying higher wages for his workers. Ford had introduced a $5 wage in 1914, and this was more than double the average pay at the given time. And this not only improved worker satisfaction, but it also reduced turnover and increased productivity. So it's a little bit counterintuitive. You're paying workers more, but yet their productivity goes up a lot. As a result, your costs actually go down because now you have a worker that's more efficient, and maybe one worker can produce what two or three or four workers can produce. And also, he didn't have to hire as many people because his churn went down a lot, and that really helped him out. So, by combining all of these innovations, Ford made mass production of the automobile possible, drastically lowering the cost and making cars affordable for the average person. I tell you, my friend, there's a lot of valuable lessons in this book that you and I can both learn from. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check out the book. It's called My Life and Work by Henry Ford. I also did a full length podcast on the book. If you'd like to check that out, I'll leave a link for you as well. Thank you for listening. Until next time, make it a beautiful day in the neighborhood, my friend.